Dobroveče, prvenstveno moje čestitke za sve ovo što ste uradili u protekloj godini. Ovo je još jedan od pokazatelja da australijsko-srpska organizacija, privredna komora ili kako je već naziva Australian Serbian Chamber of Commerce, radi punom parom i evo, ovoliki broj ljudi može to i da potvrdi.
Blago je, dobar dan, dobroveče. Prvo da kažem, veoma mi je drago da se ponovo vidimo posle samo 2 meseca. I mislim da smo se jako dobro proveli na onom pređašnjem samitu, a evo večera smo ovde ispred 60 ljudi. Ja mislim da je stvarno veliki uspeh da imamo ovakvu grupu ljudi koji imaju, kako da kažem, jednu pasiju da dođu ovde, da daju svoj doprinos, da se druže, da govorimo o nekim zajedničkim stvarima. Mi smo poslovna organizacija, znači summit dijaspore je bio nešto drugo, imao i neke druge karakteristike, ali večera smo ovde u poslovnom okruženju sa puno ljudi koji imaju poslovne veze sa Srbijom, koji žele te poslovne veze, puno ljudi koji imaju ovde svoje biznise, koji žele sami između sebe da rade. Tako da to je poenta večeras, jedno lepo druženje uz malo vina i zakuske i nekoliko lepih govora. Šta bih teo da kažem, što je veoma, ja mislim, značajno je da posle samita koji smo imali u septembru, gde smo se i videli, komora je sada uspela da prikupi još mnogo mlađih članova i lansirali smo taj, kako ga već zovu, Next Gen Chapter. Znači, on je nešto što će dati budućnost i novu energiju komori u 26. godini.
Kakvi su još planovi osim Next Gen ekipe? Šta komora planira za sledeću godinu?
Pa evo večeras, prvo mi je plan da popijem jednu čašu vina do kraja. Nisam još uspeo, pošto, mislim, dosta se dešava, evo i vi ste ovde i domaćin sam. Mislim, tu smo stojali i pozdravili smo sve ljude koji su došli. Mislim da je to jako važno, da možemo da prenesemo tu toplinu i tu, kako da kažem, želju za druženje. Znači, planovi su, kako da kažem, idemo po jedan korak, nemamo neke grandiozne planove, znači nije sad da ćemo postati američka komora preko noći, ali evo kao što i vidite ovde, imamo 60 ljudi koji su došli na naše, kako da kažem, novogodišnje, božićne... Druženje, to sam teo da kažem, jeste. Sad, planovi su da ciljamo ka nekim projektima koji su realni, znači radimo webinare, kao što sam pomenuo malo pre, to je neka vrsta edukacija koje naši članovi sprovode, to se radi virtualno, radimo ovakve vrste manifestacija gde ljudi mogu da vide šta smo, ko smo, su to neko stvarno ljudi ili to neka organizacija koja sidi u pozadini. I radimo normalno na nekim fokusiranim projektima, znači imamo jedan jako važan projekt koji će biti sledeće godine u Sidneju, to je oko obeležavanja 60-godišnjice diplomatskih odnosa Australije i Srbije, znači komora će tu biti uključena i ona će doprineti tome opet sa ambasadom Srbije. Šta se još dešava? Znači, bit će puno tematskih stvari, znači povezivanje IT industrija, nekih grana gde vidimo stvarno koje mogu da se povežu, znači za nekim je teže, nekim je lakše. Znači, to je otprilike fokus za 26. godinu, da aktivišemo ovo novo poglavlje Next Gen, da se oni uključe i da se uključe u Melbourneu, Sidneju i u Beogradu i da daju svoj doprinos.
Ja vam želim puno uspjeha u sledećoj godini, naravno i u godinama koje dolaze. Mi ćemo vas uvijek, da kažem, pratiti i ispratiti što bolje možemo, jer ako mi to ne zabilježimo i ne snimimo, kao da se nije ni desilo za neke od ovih ljudi koji ne znaju uopšte za vas ili za nas ili za neku takvu organizaciju. U svakom slučaju, ja se nadam jednoj dobroj saradnji u sledećih nekoliko godina i evo da ovo dovedemo da ovo postane jedna velika organizacija koja će okupljati još mnogo veći broj ljudi u Australiji, a i šire.
Slažem se sa vama, nadam se da ćemo se još brže videti, ali dolazi Nova godina i Božić, tako da svi smo sa familijama, tako da bit će neka mala pauza, ali stvarno smo zahvalni i vama i vaše televiziji što ovo pratite pomno i što stvarno dajete neku novu konotaciju na društvenim mrežama, na televiziji, na kanalima gde se to emituje. Mislim da je to stvarno nešto što jako puno cenimo i uvek ste dobrodošli na našim skupovima.
Hvala ti za ove fine riječi, ovako ćemo i završiti. Sve najbolje u sledećoj godini.
Nema na čemu, živeli.
Your commitment is what drives the ASCC's mission forward. An event of this quality would not be made possible without the generous support of our sponsors. We are thrilled to introduce and thank our principal partner for tonight, Vino and You. Vino and You act as your personal sommelier using Australian University-backed artificial intelligence research to match premium quality wines to your individual personality type. We encourage you to enjoy the wonderful selections they have for you this evening. Please join me in giving a big thank you to the fantastic team at Vino and You. Before we fully dive into the evening of networking, I'd like to invite the President of the Australian Serbian Chamber of Commerce, Sasha Savic, to say a few words this evening and welcome you all officially.
Thank you, Sofia, for a wonderful introduction. It's my absolute pleasure to have you all in the room tonight. Dobro večer I dobro nam došli. Welcome, everyone. It is an absolute privilege to see a room full of people like this. I'm almost, trying back to standing in front of 60 very passionate people. And what you all have in common here tonight is that you're all leaders. And you're all here to make this chamber a great institution. I think you've done that tonight just by showing up. So thank you very much. So this year has been an incredible year, probably the most transformative year that we've had so far. We've had some major milestones as a chamber. Recently, we've hosted a flagship event with the support of the Serbian Embassy in Canberra, the Serbian Diaspora Conference, the first summit of its kind in Australia, and that brought a lot of unique energy, innovation and leadership through that forum. And some of you are here tonight with us again, so thank you. We've, as a chamber, partnered to bring across innovative edge into the business community, connecting the two economies and the two business communities, and that's come through a number of different partnerships. I'll use some examples such as the NBL, the PGT tournament, which took place earlier this year in Melbourne, where Partizan and Olympiacos, the two great basketball clubs playing in the EuroLeague, came here. We led a delegation to Canberra for the official Serbia Day earlier in the year, and we've also done some smaller stuff such as webinars, education seminars and other events that hopefully some of you, if not all, have attended. So, really a true testament to the hard work of the people that are in this room, and I just wanted to recognise some of the people from our board, Goran, and also Sofia and Maya as well, who are involved with us as well. But I'll talk a little bit about that in just a minute. So what's to come? So more of this is to come. We've just launched a framework, which is our new member and partner framework. We're going to be implementing that over the next 6 to 12 months. We've received lots of great feedback from all of you around what that should be and how we should engage. So I think the Chamber is going to go through quite a significant change next year to deliver that. Very importantly, on the back of some of the events that we've done in the Serbian Diaspora Summit, we've launched the Next Gen Youth Leaders Chapter, and we've got the emerging membership in that space as well. So we now span 3 major hubs, being Melbourne, Sydney and Belgrade, and within those hubs we put on really exciting events that people like you come along, and hopefully tonight you'll meet your next partner, friend, acquaintance, whatever it may be. Business partner, yeah. Who knows, it could be a real partner, you just never know. Things happen. So we're looking forward to our 10th anniversary next year. It's hard to believe that we're standing here 10 years on, which started just as a basic idea to create an organisation that connects, builds and educates. So with that said, please enjoy the evening. I hope it's it's an evening of good connections and have some fun as well. We've got probably another good hour or so to go, and we'll be running a fun raffle that I think Aaron will say a bit more later on. But with that said, I'd like to actually introduce also a very special guest and a friend of the Chamber, and a very dear colleague as well, Ruth Stewart, the former ambassador to the Republic of Serbia. Ruth, the floor is yours.
You can tell I don't have the Serbian height genes, but dobro večer, everybody. And Sasha rang me the other day and he asked if I could just say a few words to kind of wrap up the year. For those who don't know me, I'm the former Australian ambassador to Serbia. I was in Belgrade from 2018 to 2021. It was a really pivotal time, and that's where I got to know ASCC. One of the things that really impressed me from the outset was that some of the very long-standing members of the executive, Sasha, Goran, had got together, had this idea that we needed a Serbian-Australian Commerce Chamber. We didn't have one before, and I think that vision and that initiative was really important because it allowed, for me as ambassador, to begin to say, okay, what are the business ties and how do we support the community and how do we support to grow those ties between our two countries in trade and economy? But it's also about the people-to-people connections. So from that time until now, I've always been a friend of ASCC. It's been fantastic to see how the organisation has grown and matured, and the complexity of the offerings have really grown as well. And that is then mirrored in the trade and investment ties between Australia and Serbia, which is wonderful to see. So we all know mining is a big Australian interest in Serbia, but the tech connections are really good and the digital economy connections and opportunities are great. And for those of you who were at the Diaspora Summit, you would have heard a little bit about that. And it's been wonderful to see that trade and investment.
So I first became involved with ASCC when I was the Australian ambassador in Belgrade, and they were still quite new then. They obviously have their very active chapters here in Australia, in Melbourne and Sydney, but they also have a chapter in Belgrade, and that's particularly Australian businesses that are looking to build ties and enter the Serbian market. We had some really great innovative companies, especially using the skills of the Serbian workforce in IT to provide services to clients back in Australia in that 24-hour cycle. So I was really impressed by ASCC, very grateful to Sasha, to Goran and other long-term members who've really worked over many years now to build it up into an organisation that's very dynamic. And so that's how I got to know ASCC, and I still support them now even though I'm no longer ambassador, because I think they do a great job.
How did you spend those years in Serbia, if you can?
Well, you know, as an ambassador, you don't have that much free time normally, but I was there during COVID. So about halfway through my time in Serbia, I suddenly didn't have as many diplomatic engagements. So I spent a lot of time getting to know the country. I'm a big hiker, so I'll go out to all different villages or different mountains on the weekend, and I just saw so much of Serbian countryside, from the hills behind Valjevo, eastern Serbia, you know, climbing Midjor. There's so many beautiful mountains in Serbia, Stara Planina. It's just amazing. So
You have experienced the Serbia inside and out.
yes, absolutely. And of course, you know, when you're at work, you're trying to build connections between Australia and Serbia, whether it's with government, whether it's through people, whether it's through business. You know, we're a long way away, but I think we have a lot in common, especially sport.
Definitely.
We are both great sporting nations. So.
And tennis is coming up.
Tennis is coming up, and it's always wonderful to see the Serbian community in Australia get into the tennis.
Definitely, and I think this is the Novak's last year, so we'll see.
I think it will be Nole's last year, so I very much hope that it's a successful one for him.
Ruth Stewart, thank you very much for this conversation.
Thank you. Hvala puno.
Sa mnom je Snežana Dimitrijević, osnivač i, da kažem, direktor ili predsjednik organizacije, humanitarne organizacije Princip. Snežana, drago mi je da sam te upoznao evo, na ovako jednom divnom skupu ovdje u Melbourneu.
Hvala. Hvala i vama.
Saznao sam dosta toga o tebe vezano za vašu organizaciju, pa Reci nam malo ukratko šta je organizacija i čime se bavite i malo ćemo da promovišemo jedan događaj koji se dešava sledeće subote, koji je jako bitan za vašu organizaciju, gdje ćemo pokušati malo da animiramo našu javnost da dođu i da podrže jedan takav događaj.
Hvala. Znači, humanitarna organizacija Princip je osnivana početkom ove godine u Australiji, ali znači godinama mi se bavimo sa humanitarnim radom, ali smo osnovali svoju organizaciju, ajde da kažemo počela iz početka, ali nije iz početka. Naša organizacija se bavi sa humanitarnim radom sve na Balkanu, znači što od porodica kojima pomažemo je najbitnije, to je deo posla koje najviše radimo, znači porodice koje žive u lošim uslovima, kuće, nameštaj, razne situacije, upoznati se i sami sa tim svemu. Onda imamo isto neke druge projekte, na primjer kad deca se povratu nazad u školu, primijetili smo da dosta roditelja nam tada pišu i tražu pomoć, da nemaju za osnovne stvari, na primjer za običan ruksak, za olovke, da se obuku lepo, da platu knjige i tako to. Onda imamo taj projekat koji se zove Back to School, gdje pomažemo tako deci koji nemaju za takve stvari roditeljima, ali isto tako doniramo i laptops i stipendije decama koji su znači, izuzetno dobri đakovi, treba im ta pomoć. Radili smo renovacije, na primjer, razreda, škola, gde deca ne bi trebala u tim nekim uslovima da idu, na primjer, grejanje, prozore i tako to sve. To nam je jedan jako bitan projekat i zato nam je potrebno dosta. Ljudi nekako nisu upoznati koliko je bitno detetu kad pođe u školu, onaj prvi dan da se ne razlikuje od druge dece. Kao roditelja imam 3 dece, znam koliko je to jako bitno. Tako da bilo koji projekat kad su deca u pitanju su moji omiljeni. Onda radimo naš božićni projekat svake godine gdje skupljamo paketiće, znači donacije, paketiće i širimo tu božićnu radost sa decom koji inače ne bi dobili poklon. To su deca, znaju biti deca sa posebnim potrebama, na primjer što su dosta, njima drugačiji pokloni, na primjer, trebaju i dosta su zaboravni, niko im toliko ne donira. Onda deca, na primjer, naravno na Kosovo i Metohiji, koji se osjećaju, baš sam prošle godine bila tamo i delila paketiće kod njih, koji se raduju, nije samo poklon u pitanju, nego je to da se neko njih setio i da nisu zaboravljeni, a pogotovo neko, ajde da kažem, iz daleke Australije, to je njima nešto sada čudno da oni tako doživu. Znači, projekat ide sve širom, znači u celoj Bosni i Hercegovini gde ima naše dece. Svake godine probamo da dodamo više mesta. Većinom gledamo da idemo u mala mesta, u mala sela gde su deca zaboravljena, sve po Srbiji naravno, u Krajini gde ima jako malo naše dece, ali se setimo i njih i godinama već njima nosimo. I nešto novo što ćemo početi iduće godine se zove Child Sponsorship Program. Znači, to je gde ćemo tražiti da jedan donator ima konstantnu donaciju i vezu sa jednim detetom. Jer kad mi doniramo, pomognemo toj porodici i odemo, u dosta tim slučajevima ta deca i treba im neka konstantna pomoć. I to je nešto što ja hoću da počnem, na primjer, što to fali u našem humanitarnom radu tu, a je jako poznato po svetu, na primjer, kad ljudi radu taj child sponsorship. Ja bih volila da ima, na primjer, neko ne da izabere, to je pogrešna reč da kažem izabere, ali da se veže za jedno dete i onda da imaju taj kontakt. I to su male donacije koje mi stvarno možemo da pružimo odavde. Recimo, da kažem, $50 mesečno nekom detetu tamo znači mnogo. I to je isto da osnove tu konekciju i da mogu da idu kad idu tamo u posetu. I ja stvarno bih volila ljudi kad idu tamo, nije bitno odakle, znači idu u Srbiju, idu u Bosnu, idu u Dalmaciju, nije bitno, ali da odu da vidu takve stvari, da se malo više interesuju van turističkih mesta, ajde da kažem van Beograda, da vidu kako zapravo ljudi žive.
Da imaju i kod koga je da odu, kada odu tamo.
I to je, i da imaju tu konekciju. Zato što ja mislim da smo mi koji smo imali šansu da dođemo ovde da živimo i stvorili novi život, ne možemo da zaboravimo odakle potičemo i ne možemo da zaboravimo na naš narod.
I ne treba, naravno.
I ne trebamo da zaboravimo na naš narod.
Pa evo ja, kako da kažem, mnogi ljudi ne znaju za vašu organizaciju.
Tako je.
Ja sam jedan od njih, evo, dižem 2 prsta. Znači, razlog ne postoji, jednostavno možda nedostatak informacija i nedostatak, evo, možda ovakvih skupova gdje se srećemo i pričamo i razgovaramo o ovim stvarima. I ja mislim da je jako bitno da se srećemo i nalazimo na ovakvim mjestima i da razmijenimo prvenstveno mišljenja i da je jako bitno da pomažemo jedni druge u tom humanitarnom radu koje vaša organizacija radi ili naša organizacija ili bilo koja druga organizacija, uopšte nije bitno koja je to organizacija.
Nije bitno, bitno je da se radi.
Jeste, jedino na taj način sve jedna organizacija može da bude uspješna, to je neko moje viđenje.
I moje mišljenje i potpuno se slažem. I zato mi smo, na primjer, kad smo počeli da angažujemo ovu galu, ja Sašu ne znam, na primjer, nikad ga nisam upoznala, ali videla sam zbog vaše reportaže, što je bila onaj summit, i pogledala sam to i sve i onda sam mislila, ajde da vidim, obratila sam se Saši da kažem, ovo je nešto što bi mogli zajedno da radim. I Saša je u tome vidio tu lepu priču i vidio i oni su naš sada community partner za ovaj gala i pomogli su nam, na primjer, pozvali su mene, na primjer, večeras i naš tim i objavljivali su na njihove mreže, slali su i emails. I ja sam uvek za tu svu saradnju da mi moramo svi zajedno da radimo da bi opstali kao narod.
Da, to si jako dobro rekla, mi moramo.
Mi moramo.
Mi nemamo drugog...
Nema druge opcije. I svi smo mi, ja razumem da smo mi svi različiti. Ti imaš jedno mišljenje, ja imam drugo mišljenje, ali moramo to sve sa strane da bi mi opstali kao narod i kao zajednica i pomogli.
Tim ljudima kojima je pomoć.
Jer toliko pomoć tim ljudima treba. Ljudi ne shvataju, znači ima ova organizacija, ima ova, ima ona. Pa postoji razlog zašto toliko organizacija i mi ne možemo da postignemo sve koliko zahteva za pomoć ima. Toliko organizacije se bavi sa humanitarnim radom, ali je potreba tu i sve je gore, umesto da je bolje, pogotovo za našu decu.
Hajde malo da kažemo o ovome događaju sledeće subote.
Znači, gala večera u MCG. U Olympic Room 13. decembra, znači počinje u 6:30. Imate sve links ako zapratite Princip Org ili na LinkedIn, na Instagram ili nađete mene, imate svu tu informaciju ili na ASCC, na njihovoj stranici sve. Znači ideja je bila da mi kao zajednici imamo neku, ajde da kažemo, gala veče i da iskoristimo ovaj naš charity status, što jesmo, na primjer, kao organizacija, što su nam pružili da možemo da imamo taj event. Znači, to je veče da se i mi svi družimo i lepo provedemo, ali cilj jeste da skupimo što više donacija da bi pomogli pogotovo za vreme Božića i za sve ove druge projekte. Imamo sreću, na primjer, imamo ekskluziv Novaka merchandise koji je on ostavio posle Australian Open i on ostavi raznim organizacijama da mogu baš da koriste za ovakve svrhe. I imamo jako lepi painting od Aleksandro Ljubičić. On će biti tu, on je nam to donirao i on će biti tu sa svojom gospođom ženom, Monika Radulović, koja je naša Miss Universe Australia. Imamo jako zanimljiva ljudi koji su se javili da dođu i što je interesantno, imamo dosta ljudi koji nisu od srpskog porekla, nisu nigde sa Balkana i to je jako bitno. Jako je bitno uključiti druge zajednice da čuju našu priču i da se oni uključe u taj pomoć. Tako volela bi da svi dođete ko može i mislim da će baš biti jako zanimljivo veče i bit će super provod, ali cilj jeste, znači, da pomognemo nekom.
Naravno, mi se pridružujemo, naravno doći ćemo da vas podržimo i da zabilježimo šta se dešava tu veče i to ćemo malo da kažemo, pokažemo našoj široj javnosti, atmosferu posle toga Ja vam želim puno uspjeha u svemu što radite i nadam se da će ova priča da zaživi još više i još bolje. I ovako apelujem na sve vas da dođete sljedeće subote na MCG. Sve naravno podatke možete pronaći na princip.org ili na
vašoj stranici.
Ili bit će i na našoj sa naravno TV Australija će objaviti sve informacije. Jeste. Snežana, hvala ti još jednom.
Hvala vama puno.
I vidimo se.
Hvala.
My name is Peter Jurasic. I'm the director of Princip Australia.
And the Princip Australia is what?
It's a non-for-profit organisation created by Snezana Dimitrijevic regarding to help people from the Balkans and people here in Australia as well. We'll be starting, this is like a get to know us event. So we've got businesses from around Australia coming. We have some famous people coming to the event. We're trying to get a bit of a following regarding, we want to help people from a lower socioeconomic level where we can help where they fall in between the cracks, where the government doesn't fund it, nor does any organisations. There are certain things that we can help with, and Snezana has really created a good team from around the world, and we're hoping to, this event that's coming up to grab some funds and start it off in Australia.
Okay, when we talk about the event, it's happening next Saturday?
Next Saturday, the 13th, at the MCG. We've been lucky enough to get the MCG. We'll be having music, great speakers. We've got Ivana Ilic coming, she'll be singing a song. It's fully, there's meals. Once you buy the ticket, it's open bar.
I've seen some really famous names, some celebrities are going to be there.
We have Snezana from MasterChef coming, just trying to think, got me on the spot now. We have famous Serbian painter, he'll be donating a piece. Novak Djokovic donated sneakers that he wore. It's been pretty good.
So all the information people can find out where?
On the Princip Instagram page or the Princip website. So if you go to you just type in Princip, you'll be able to find it. It's got the little insignia on it, and you'll get a link where you can get tickets on that.
Well, I hope to see you next Saturday, and we shall do one more interview on that evening to see how the night is going.
I hope so. That'll be great. It'll be fantastic. You'll enjoy the night, I can guarantee.
I know I will.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
So my name is Maya and I'm a volunteer for the Australian Serbian Chamber of Commerce, and I began being involved with the Commerce earlier this year. The Commerce hosted its first ever Serbian Diaspora Summit, and that was a great opportunity not only for networking but to show both chambers of commerce what they're both doing, and maybe to show Australia that there's actually a lot happening in Serbia and all the opportunities that are available. So my main position as a volunteer for the summit was coordinating the traditional elements. So through people I knew in the Serbian diaspora in Melbourne, for example, people through Benjo Academy, we borrowed 2 traditional costumes, 2 nošnje, and 2 dances as well, so that they could stand there in nošnje to greet all the guests at the beginning. And I also ordered some pogača so that all the guests of all different backgrounds could have an experience of a traditional welcome with the pogača, salt, and seeing our traditional costume. And after the summit, we all stayed in touch, the Chamber of Commerce and the volunteers. And from that resulted the idea, led by Sasha, the president of the Next Generation group, also known as Next Gen. And the idea of that is that we introduce a younger generation, an emerging generation of Serbian diaspora people to continue all these efforts into the future. So currently there's a smaller group of us, but we are hoping to introduce a lot more people and encourage them and show them that it's a really great opportunity. Definitely networking is a really big thing, and I think it's something that maybe a lot of younger people struggle with, whether they're fresh out of university or starting a career, because a lot of jobs or opportunities arise from knowing somebody, and if people don't have those connections, they don't have those opportunities. So that's why it's such a good availability to be a part of the Chamber of Commerce and the Next Gen group. And we can make that possible through networking events. I mean, a lot of it started through word of mouth. So when we were first gathering volunteers and creating this group, it was up to the people who were kind of running to think, you know, have a brainstorm, okay, who do I know that would be interested in this? Who would, you know, help us lead this and that shares similar values to us and could help us drive this? And from that grows more and more networks, because this person knows this person, and then it just grows from there.
It's all about networking.
Unfortunately.
Yes, it is. That's usually in life. If you don't have good networks, then you know.
Yeah, but I think there's also maybe you know, a nice element of you know, chance. Like I think if you know that you have the possibility to kind of lead these things, and the opportunity just arises out of nowhere. Sometimes people come knocking on your door, and that's a really nice thing. It gives you that chance to start something.
Definitely. I wish you all the best in your future adventures and you know, your professional life and everything. And good luck with this trip to Europe.
Yes, I'm very excited. Thank you very much. I need a pack.
My name is Sofia Murtic. I'm also a volunteer with the Australian-Serbian Chamber of Commerce. I initially started as a volunteer, just as Maya did, and my interest was networking. I think networking is incredibly important for young people. At the end of the day, we don't get given everything on a silver platter, and I think we really need to find our own way and make our own paths around our careers. So the summit that was a couple months ago, that was a really, really good start for myself and also the chamber. And from that, we started creating this new Next Gen chapter. And the Next Gen chapter will be for young people like myself, 18 to 35-year-olds who, you know, are just starting out their career or might be a little bit, you know, settled in what they're doing. And I think it's really important for us to get guidance, to meet new people, to hear from professionals on how we can advance our own careers and maybe get guidance on what might be the best way.
Would that, I mean, connections are important. Networking is very important in life as well. But when you talk about the experiences, I think the most important thing of the networking is the sharing of those experiences, especially for young professionals like you. So what do you think about?
Definitely. So my background is in international relations and politics, and in the summit there was a panel on politics and governance, and of course that's really interesting to me. But you know, people from all different backgrounds, whether you're from IT or you know, there was even a panel on religion. So no matter what your interest is, I think there's so many members and so many opportunities to meet people from backgrounds that you see yourself working in, and those connections can help you you know, get jobs, figure out what you want in your life, see the untapped job market, and it's really, really important and helpful for us young Serbians, because that way we can meet people from our own diaspora and they can help us out.
I wish you all the best in your future projects, especially your involvement with the Australian-Serbian Chamber of Commerce. I hope to see many young faces next year at this same time. And yes, hopefully you're going to bring some new faces to this organization.
Yeah, I'd love that too. That would be amazing, and you know, we would really, really hope to achieve that. We would love to see new faces join us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.